It all starts at home. Community leaders say that's one of the keys to keeping children out of trouble.
And when school dismisses for summertime in a couple of weeks, leaders are urging parents to know where their children are when they are away from home. Our Stephanie Poole talked to local leaders about why parental involvement is critical to helping kids make good decisions. She joins us in the studio. Stephanie.
That's right. Around the area, there have been numerous incidents involving minors since the beginning of this year. 4 teens are facing capital murder charges in West Point. A 16-year-old lost his life to gun violence on Poplar Street in Columbus. And a 14-year-old and 16-year-old are both facing first-degree murder charges in Ackerman.
It's a terrible feeling when I turn the news on and I see that another youth has shot and killed someone.
The first layer is the shock, the sadness, loss of life. Okay. The next layer now is how was the victim's family, how is the victim's family involved? The next layer, the perpetrator's family. They're involved as well.
Community members have simply had enough. Violence in the neighborhood leaves several families on edge about what may happen next. Lieutenant Rhonda Sanders with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office says it all starts at home. That means effective parent engagement.
If my child is 16 or 17, there is no reason that his best friend should be 35 and 40.
Sanders' plea to parents is this.
We're going to have to do our part. We're going to have to do our part. We cannot depend on the police department to raise our kids. We cannot depend on teachers to raise our kids. We're going to have to tell our kids at home how to act when you go in that classroom.
Teenage crimes and deaths have spiked in Mississippi over the last few months. Soon, many will be on trial for murder and other violent crimes. Sanders says it's time to stand up and not be negligent towards your children. She urges parents to talk with their families. It's vital to know where your children are and who your children are with.
And they are making their own decision. Kids need structure. Kids want structure. If you give it to them, they will go by the rules. It's a breakdown. Parents tell me, well, Rhonda, I did not know my child was on drugs.
Where or how was this victim brought up? How were they trained at home? Because we're taught to train up a child.
Dr. Stan McCrary of Friendship Missionary Baptist Church says after-school programs, church events, and extracurricular activities will help keep kids busy.
The community, the neighborhood, the church is there to support those people who need assistance. We should know who in our congregations need help. And it is so important for us to realize that words matter. Words matter.
McCrary says not to lose hope.
While we hear of the bad news, there's still good news being made. The moment we all say, why bother? Well, then the world has won.
Parents are encouraged to schedule summer programs. Now, this may help establish a daily routine to keep your family and kids engaged in positive activities.